What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, rising, junior welterweight, title contender, superstar, Brandon Lee. He makes a huge statement tonight, knocking out what was considered a step-up opponent in Samuel Teah tonight. Samuel Teah is a tough opponent, never been knocked down. Obviously never been knocked out. He had 2 losses on his resume already, 17 wins. But this was considered a huge step up for Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee is only 21 years of age. He's 22-0, 20 wins by way of knockout, stands at 5'10" with a 71-inch arm reach, okay? So Brandon Lee made a huge statement and dramatically knocking out Samuel Teah tonight in dramatic fashion. And he showed that he has a sturdy chin. This was considered to be a step-up fight for Brandon Lee. He is yet to go past 4 rounds. And this was considered the fight that Brandon Lee was going to go past 4 rounds. This was the first fight he was going to go past 4 rounds. Well, I have news. That didn't happen. He dramatically knocked out Samuel Teah in this fight tonight in dramatic fashion in the I believe it was the 2nd round. Okay, so with that said, Brandon Lee, he made a statement tonight, and he's looking to have the big fights. I think that obviously Brandon Lee, he's only 21 years of age, so they need to push him along pretty cautiously. You don't want to put him in there. He has a lot of power, but you don't want to put him in there with the upper echelon, right? But not to mention the undefeated 2 champions in the 140-pound junior welterweight world champion, junior welterweight division, Jose Ramirez, who is the WBC and the WBO junior welterweight world champion. He's undefeated. And you have Josh Taylor, who is the IBF and WBA junior welterweight world champion. They're on a collision course. They will face off against one another May 22nd in the undisputed bout. But now you have Mario Barrios, who's the WBA regular champion, who's also undefeated, seemingly in the verge of going into a showdown with undefeated 2-division world champion superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis in his next fight. So with that said, Brandon Lee, he made a statement tonight. He took some big punches tonight, and he did not budge. He laid out some big punches tonight. He took his time. He waited till he sort of opened, and then he landed a big punch. He's known as a power puncher, but tonight he wasn't just throwing big power punches, okay? He did it cautiously. With that said, Brandon Lee is going to have a lot of opportunities because we know WBC undefeated lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, he's eventually going to be making his way up to junior welterweight. We also know undefeated unified lightweight world champion superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez. He plans on making his way up to 140 pounds. We also know that Adrian the Problem Broner, 4-division world champion superstar boxer, he's already at 140 pounds. We already know that Regis Prograis, former IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer, he's at 140, okay? You also have King Rai, rising undefeated lightweight Mexican title contender superstar. He plans to move up eventually to 140. So that 140-pound division is going to be booming. And Brandon Lee is going to have a lot of opportunities. At 21 years of age, he's even younger than Devin Haney. He's even younger than Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia, okay? But he's showing a lot of promise, a lot of power. So he weathered the storm, which was tonight. Samuel Teah, he was pressing him, right? He was testing him. He was landing big punches. He was landing a jab. But he stayed very calm. He stayed very cool. He stayed very collective. And he eventually made a statement in brutally knocking out Samuel Teah tonight in dramatic fashion. I was very impressed with what I saw. I was very impressed from his ring IQ, the technique, and how he set up his punches tonight. So there's definitely going to be a bright future for him. Opportunity because, like I said, Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, the winner of that fight, they're planning on moving up to full-fledged welterweight 147-pound division. So with that said, those belts are all going to be vacated. You also have Brian Norman Jr., who fought on the undercard tonight. Brian Norman Jr., he got a 5th-round knockout tonight. He, has a lot of power. He has a lot of ability, a lot of technique, a lot of flash, a lot of flair, a lot of athletic ability, high ring IQ, and power. So he also is another player, major player in the 140-pound division. So there's a lot of major players at the 140-pound division. There's going to be a lot of big fights to be made at 140. Like I said, the winner or loser of Josh Hill, Jose Ramirez, I believe are both going to move up to 147 pounds, meaning that those belts are going to be vacant there at junior welterweight, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities to become a world champion. It's going to be situations where you have guys fighting for vacant belts, to look to become world champions. So again, I was highly impressed by Brandon Lee tonight. 22 wins, 20 wins by way of knockout. He's very big, stands at 5'10" with a 71-inch arm reach, which is very ironic, right? Because you have Ryan Garcia, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, both 5'10" with 71-inch arm reach. Okay, so it seems like that's that's becoming the norm for guys at junior welterweight. They're very big. They're bigger than Errol Spencer's 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. Terrence Crawford is 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. You understand? Sean Porter is 5'7" with a 69-inch arm reach. Okay. So they're bigger than these guys. Now you do have Jerron Boots Ennis, and Virgil Ortiz Jr. They're big guys at the welterweight limit. But for the most part, for these guys to be 140 pounders standing at 5'10", that's not normal. Okay, so with that said, Brandon Lee's gonna have a lot of opportunities, to be a world champion. I think he can make a statement. Very big with a great jab, and he has power in both hands, and he sets up his punches very, very nicely. So, to see him against the upper echelon in the junior welterweight division, I don't want to see that yet. I think he needs to be, more cautiously moved yet, because like I said, he hasn't been past the fourth round. This was expected to be the test for him, and it was going to be the first fight that he didn't get past 4 rounds. That he would get past 4 rounds, and that wasn't the case. He didn't get past 4 rounds at all whatsoever. So he made a statement tonight. He put the 140-pound division on notice. Should he be successful in this division, becoming a world champion, and passing some tests, I'm expecting him to be a major player at 147 as well, okay, because he's a very big guy, So, I can't wait to see the future for Brandon Lee. I can't wait to see his next opponent. I definitely think it should be an opponent where, it's another test. It's not. I like a Mario Barrios, but Mario Barrios, like I said, is going to face Gervonta Tank Davis. At junior welterweight, I don't want to see Brandon Lee in there with a Regis Prograis or Adrian Broner next. I think that's too far of a step up right now. But I would like to see him in there with, somebody that's going to, give him some resistance, have a chin tonight. Like I said, his opponent, Samuel Teah, he's never been knocked down. He was supposed to have a granite chin, and he showed that, he's very active. He was putting up a fight. He was hitting Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee needs to make some adjustments on defense because he was getting hit with the jab. He was getting hit with an uppercut. He was getting hit with some very clean punches. But I was impressed with his chin and his resilience and the fact that he stayed calm, cool, and collective, even though, T was trying to mix it up. He was coming in and coming out, changing levels on him. But Brandon Lee, even when T went down, he was going, using unorthodox style. He was going way down to the floor and then popping back up. And even doing all of that at a young age, Brandon Lee, he just stayed cool, calm, and collective. He was, throwing his punches down when he was, at a perfect angle, catching T when he was down. And when he was up, he was using the jab and setting up his punches, changing levels. So I was highly impressed. Now, like I said, he do have some adjustments to make on the defensive end. But for the most part, I believe that he has a very, very bright future. And I can see him being a major, major player in the junior welterweight division and even the welterweight division in the future. So I think, his future is very, very bright. I definitely could see him becoming a world champion in junior welterweight. Like I said, I don't see Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor. I don't see either one of those guys staying at 140, but there's definitely big, huge opportunities for Brandon Lee. So hopefully, he starts to step up just a little bit more in the near future, and then eventually we see him fight for a world title. So let's see how this plays out. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.